9. We have 9 different.
Yeah, no, I was looking before. Thank you.
Treasurer's report.
Move to accept.
Second.
Wait a second. Any questions?
I asked them all already.
Oh, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All, any opposed? This is something different because we've always had,
I know, and then we don't have Paul to oppose
Yeah.
anything, I know, it's really weird.
we had no old business. So let's go to our new student representative. Welcome. Welcome back. Did you have a good summer?
Busy summer.
Busy summer.
Yes.
Okay. And he is Dewinski Gustav.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, and esteemed members of the school committee. I'm sorry. For the clubs and activities, the student government is just getting started. For the year, they're meeting in the middle of September, and we'll be working on planning our second homecoming and Spirit Week and the pep rally. The chess club will be starting up soon. They're excited to get going, and they have many talented players returning from last year. The poetry club is getting started, and we'll be meeting on week 2 Thursdays in room 3010. The multicultural club will meet on the 14th and the 20th of this month, and they're looking forward to seeing old friends and making new ones. They will be making plans for Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs from September 15th to October 15th. The robotics club will start meeting on the 12th. Additionally, they're starting an informal jazz blues music club on the 16th of this month.
Ooh.
The Interact Club will be volunteering on Saturday, September 23rd at the River Ruckus in downtown Haverhill. Meetings will start the last week of September in the salon. The Ski Club is looking forward to an exciting winter. They haven't gotten started yet. The Ski Club's first meeting will be on Monday, September 18th after school in the library. They will be welcoming new members and starting their planning for the year. For the athletics teams, football is off to a great start with numbers reaching over 100 players this year. Varsity and JV have had 2 great scrimmages, and the freshmen will have a game coming soon. The varsity team won its first game last Saturday against Roxbury. And for the girls volleyball team, they have over 65 students trying out. Practices have been going well. They were able to add a JVB freshman games to the schedule. The team has full schedule and is eager to start. For cross country, we have a young, strong crew this year and some great captains to lead teams. Both girls and the boys teams have their top runners returning this year. We're looking forward to another successful season. The opener is on Wednesday at Shaw Shield. Girls varsity soccer team worked hard in the off season. They're in great shape and are looking forward to the season. And for boys soccer, after a quick summer break, we are back in the thick of things when it comes to soccer. We have a solid number this year. We have 42 registered players in total for the season, including 7 returning starters. We're excited for this year and are hoping to achieve big things. And we won our first home game yesterday.
Good. Nice. That's wow. So many of the schools that I see aren't getting the numbers anymore. So that's really great news. Thank you.
Is that a question?
Yes.
Soccer player?
Yes.
Yeah. And
First
60
home game is tomorrow at 4 if you guys want to stop by.
What, tomorrow at 4? You're,
Yes.
okay.
Here.
And the upper field or lower?
No, lower field,
Oh,
turf.
oh, the lower field. Even better.
Good. Ms. Lynch.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Tonight before you, I have personnel information for informational purposes. I have the hires of electrical instructor, route bus drivers, evening school instructors, the NAMC evening school welding program. I have resignations of an electrical instructor and 2 bus drivers as well. Budget update, I do not have a budget update at this time. There's no MCAS update at this time. I know we have a meeting with the commissioner online to know about the rollout of MCAS for this fall. So I'll have an update at our October meeting. School building update, there have been many meetings
You
over
think?
the last month. Right, Kara? The schematic design phase of the project will be completed at the end of the month. At that time, we will have projected numbers and how the passing of the project will impact taxpayers. I think it's important to point out that we have to do something. We have been told by inspectional services that before we do any other renovation, we need to put in a sprinkler system. Also, our wastewater treatment plant is at the end of its useful life. That will likely have us hit the 20% renovation mark. That will then trigger a building code upgrade for ADA compliance, which would be financially substantial. We will be doing considerable outreach over the next couple of months to all our 11 communities. Here's my calendar. Over the next, until January 23rd, which that will be the ballot vote in all of our communities from 11 to 7 on January 23rd. On Wednesday, August 9th, we had a meeting with the city and town clerks from all of our cities and towns. I want to thank our treasurer, Kevin Mahoney, for helping us present the information to the clerks in the district. I would also like to thank Richard Manley from Lock and Lord, Kara Cosmas, and all those who attended. Again, we decided the ballot question for the building project would be on January 23rd from 11 to 7. On Monday, August 14th, we had our golf tournament. I did not win the golf tournament this year, but our principal did win.
Congratulations.
I want to thank all that made this tournament possible and successful, especially Kara Cosmas, Tia Gerber, Beth DeSalvo, Rich Priscelli, and of course Ms. Kepkes. It was a great time. On Tuesday, August 15th, 22nd, and 29th, September 5th, and September 12th, I attended the Whittier's Building Project PR Coordination online meetings. We are working on a new website and planning our calendar to visit all of our 11 communities. That website we are hoping will be up and moving as of next week, so stay tuned. On Wednesday, August 16th, 23rd, 30th, and 6th, and today I attended the weekly executive project meetings. Again, our hope is to have the building committee, the owner's project manager and our architects come and present to you at October, because at that point, schematic design will be completed. And I would really like for you to have an update at that point. On Tuesday, August 22nd, I attended the school building committee online. On Monday, August 28th, our teachers returned. It was an exciting day. The administrative team and teachers broke out into carousels, so everybody was moving every 20 minutes or so. So business office information technology updates, licensure and professional development, special education, civil rights, 504, Title IX, student records, hazing and bullying, advisory information and updates. We have developed an e-hall pass, so kids sign out using the iPad, and then they sign back into their class. We know how long students are out of classes now. It's pretty interesting.
How about that?
The opening of school information and school discipline, and then the student support team. I was in that group, we discussed syllabus information, and really trying to make sure that we instill rigor into our classrooms, that kids understand that we are trying to get them employed when this is all over, and what good work habits are, and showing up to work on time, putting cell phones away. I said to Chris today, he and I walked down the hallway and I went, this is the first time in probably 10 years that I haven't had to say it to anyone, put that away, take your earbuds out. It was amazing to me. So it is a collective effort by every teacher, every student, because it really was distracting moving forward. So, and we had students, when they go out into the job force, people don't want to see them on their cell phones. So we are, again, preparing them for the workforce. On Tuesday, August 29th, freshmen and new students returned. We did our usual clap-in, and we're excited to see our new students. Wednesday, August 30th, was the first day for all students. On Monday, September 11th, I attended the Whittier Tech Building Project virtual meeting, part 1 in the morning and part 2 in the afternoon. This was an all-day meeting where we really looked at the layout of all the vocational areas and the equipment that was needed to be in each of those vocational areas. This was the time to make changes, because once we kind of get moving with this, we can't really make changes. So it was an all-day project, and we're meeting again on Monday. On Tuesday, September 12th, I attended the school building committee meeting. At this meeting, the committee was able to see the projected costs of the project. Schematic design will be completed again at the end of the month, and we'll report back to the school committee in October. Again, the team will be doing considerable outreach over the next few months, informing our community of the project. Information regarding that outreach will be available on our website again next week. The fun part of this is we are inducting our first group into the Whittier Tech Athletic Hall of Fame in our 50th anniversary event on October 13th at Bradford Country Club. You can purchase tickets online for $85. We really hope to see everyone there. This is a special time for Whittier Tech and a great time to celebrate Whittier Tech and our future inductees.
Thank
That's
you.
all I have.
I have a question.
Yep.
The resignations, I'm just curious why they were leaving. New jobs, or didn't like it here, or?
Specifically,
The couple bus drivers and electrical instructor.
electrical instructor wanted to go back into industry, and the bus drivers, I'm not really sure why.
All right, how you set for bus drivers?
We're short.
Thanks.
Yep. My goals for next year, they're the same as last year. One thing, it's not a learning loss team, it's a student success team. We changed the name of that this year. But really, it's staying consistent and then really looking at the building project as, until January 23rd, making sure that we are at least informing everyone in our community about the building project.
Move to approve the goals of the superintendent.
Second?
Any questions, comments?
Of course, I have one, I'm sorry. The English junior senior project, did I miss that? I didn't know that was a thing. I know about the civics engagement one.
Right.
Is it separate from the
No.
English one?
Nope, that's
Oh,
fine.
it's a combined.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I had understood it before. Okay, yay, thank you.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Next before you have the strategic plan. Again, it's funny, I was talking to some educators, I think we change things a lot. I'm really trying to stay consistent in our quest to be the best vocational school in the state. And that, we hear that over and over here at Whittier Tech, and we want to be the safest environment for our students physically and emotionally. So the goals here represent that. The focus on Skills USA, those frameworks, and making sure that students are aware of those frameworks is important as we move forward, that they're prepared for competition if they choose to compete. Also, our advisory group, this was something that happened during COVID, that we developed an advisory. It has been refined. Every year we look and a group works on that curriculum, and everyone is involved in advisory. And then our online training for coaches and for students has been a game changer, because we want to make sure our students understand about hazing, about bullying, about harassment, about Title IX. So all of those are worked through this online program. And then, of course, I have a fly that's chasing me. And then the school building
There's always
project.
one.
Yeah. Are there any questions about the strategic plan? Yeah.
I have a question on goal 4. Objective 1B, the Sunday night message. Is that in addition to the principal's message?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I know it's very popular, that's
We get it
why.
on the iPad.
That goes right through the house.
We all get it.
And the other
I get it too, I get a call beforehand.
Call Maureen every night, Sunday night.
The other question is that right just below it, objective 2, about the new industry partnership for pre-apprentice program.
Right.
Can you explain what that is, please?
So we're continuing to work on our apprentice programs and outreach. We're working with the construction laborers program, so that hopefully our students will get out and start apprenticing in some of those programs. Some of it is, we can't always get our students a co-op job, a paying co-op job. So some of this is through internships and things like that, so.
I also have a question, on objective 1A and 1C. The guidance staff isn't involved in that.
It says faculty, staff, doesn't it?
Yeah, at the bottom.
Sure, I just was wondering why guidance wasn't mentioned specifically. Okay, just a question,
I mean, I can add it, but it's all faculty and staff.
okay.
Move to accept the strategic plan?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any comments? Next. Chris, Mr. Leganis.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, rest of the school committee members. As you heard from Ms. Lynch, that the opening of school was a success. So on August 22nd, we hosted a successful, well-attended freshman and new student parent orientation from 6 to 7:30 in the cafeteria. It was amazing, the entire cafeteria was full of parents and guardians. Topics discussed included school safety, student discipline expectations, student services, internet use, parent portal, parent involvement, sports, athletics, all athletics, extracurricular clubs, booster club information, and our new freshman orientation days that I'm going to tell you about in a little bit. We also offered tours that night, so it was amazing to see that full cafeteria. Tons of parents and guardians. It was awesome. Our school's opening day was remarkable. Like Superintendent Lynch said, on the morning of Monday, August 28th, our entire staff showed up, gathered in the cafeteria to hear Superintendent Lynch's inspiring open day address, and then we extended a warm welcome to our new members. As you met 5 of them tonight, I believe there were 15 of them. So it was a lot of fun. We welcomed them all to our new family. Then we went to the carousel. And the one thing I just want to say about the carousels, I know Maureen talked about them, that they were run by all staff members. So Maureen was in one of them, and it's run by our own family. So I think when you do PD, it's definitely beneficial, and the staff love it. So that was another success. The next day, on Tuesday, August 29th, our freshmen and new students were acclimated to Whittier. And they navigated through their daily schedules that day. And then this year, thanks to Miss Crosby, Amanda Crosby, one of our vocational coordinators, and Mr. Muskovitz, they decided to do a halftime show, freshman halftime show. So for 3 days, we're designated to our freshman class orientation, which was awesome. That was the 30th, the 31st, and then the 5th. So the 5th sounds like it was way off, but it's not, because we had that Friday, Monday off for Labor Day. The team building activities, these kids coming in from 11 surrounding cities and towns, it was fun. They had Jenga games in the gymnasium, deserted island, musical chairs, tug of war, free throw contests, people bingo that day. So they kind of got to know each other. Just to get them acclimated. Also, we had presentations of, again, from our staff members, some of our staff members on AI, which is artificial intelligence, and advisory. Our Wildcat speaker series, if you remember, our alumni come back and they talk to the kids. And then our DEI instructor, Mr. Warren, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then all about the athletics and clubs. And again, the goal is to get the kids together, get them involved early in the school, in the new school. I want to just thank Amanda once again, Amanda Crosby and Paul Muskovitz, and all the staff and the student leaders. We had, I'd say, about 15 student leaders show up. They didn't need to be there till the next day, and for putting this whole thing together for our freshmen, and it was quite a success. So moving forward, we'll probably end up doing that again. On Wednesday, the 30th, as you heard, all students reported. Our assistant principals and I met with all the students in assemblies. We reviewed the student handbook and the code of conduct, with a focus on harassment bullying. And also our cell phone policy, as Superintendent Lynch talked about, and thank God it's working so far, but it was a collective effort with that. But we did talk to all the classes that day, so another great success. Additionally, some of the guidance department showed up, talked about, the guidance specific towards the class. The guidance talked to everybody, specific towards juniors, seniors, what they need, and sophomores and freshmen. Also, our co-op coordinator showed up, athletic director showed up, MCAS coordinator, associate principal, our MCAS guru, Miss Katrina Jensen showed up for our sophomores, and class advisors all made grade level presentations. So again, it was to get all the kids ready to go for the long haul. There are 328 students participating in sports right now, in fall sports. That's really good. Football, boys and girls soccer, volleyball, golf, cross country, and cheerleading. And then starting this Monday, we have the club fair during the whole week, the 18th through the 22nd. My associate principal, Katrina Jensen, myself, and the assistant principal, Ms. Fleming, met with all the club advisors to discuss the club fair showcase for next week. And again, all about trying to get kids involved in our school. We have close to 20 or so extracurricular clubs for kids to go. A lot of avenues. And then also Whittier continues its commitment to the safety of students and staff through ongoing monitoring of school safety procedures and protocols. We're in the process, myself and Superintendent Lynch are in the process of setting up trainings and exercises for teachers, office staff, and students. The agenda will include the ALICE drills, protocols, fire drills, and stuff like that. So that's all I have. They're subline. They better not be calling sick. No. So that's all I have for you. Sorry. Any questions?
You just went through a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what?
You
I
got
feel
my
like,
head spinning.
I know Superintendent Lynch would say it feels like we've been here for a long time. It's only been a few weeks.
I do have a
What's up?
question. I have 2 or 3 parents this weekend kind of told me their freshman kids want to come to school now. They hated school before. Talk to me a little about that. How are you getting them up to this next level?
Well, I think a lot of it, those first few days and acclimating these kids to get in here, I think a lot of the kids were so excited, to walk through the doors. Whittier, it truly is a family. You see in the lunchrooms, and that, for the kids sitting alone, our upperclassmen, they pull those kids in and say, come sit here. It's been, and Superintendent Lynch, I know you can add to this, but it's been a very good vibe in the school, and it's great. The kids, knock on wood, so far, have been awesome.
I think we have the best faculty in the state to go along with being the best vocational school in the
Yes.
state that really have wrapped their arms around our kids to make sure that they're taken care of, that if they're lost or if they have any concerns or issues, that there's people there that will help support them. And really, it really is about our staff and
I
how
think we have the
fabulous
best
they
school board too.
Yeah.
are.
Agreed.
I do too.
Second.
Thanks, Nick.
All in
Yeah,
favor?
I mean, these kids are walking around so excited.
I know.
And like Superintendent Lynch said, I mean, some of the freshmen, they're asking in a huge lunchroom, hey, do you mind if I go to the bathroom? I'm like, no, go right ahead. And they're just so respectful, and it's amazing. And again, it comes from the staff, it comes from the culture and the positive culture that the school committee, the superintendent, and we all project.
I think the welcoming, when the freshmen are welcomed into the school the first day, and everyone is clapping for them as they walk in, is just one of the best welcomings I think I've ever. It was awesome, and
Yeah.
we continue it.
Yeah, and I know that, both sides, because we have the entry here for the kids, and then the front entrance, and we had tons of, all the teachers were out there. And the kids, it's funny, they're coming in, and they're just kind of looking down, and like, what am I getting? And DeWitzke, you could probably speak to this. but looking down like, what did I get myself into?
I look forward every morning taking my grandson to school here, and I know Miss Lynch would say there's buses available from the other side of town, but I really enjoy it, but the traffic coming in here, there's a lot of traffic.
That's why there's buses available.
Oh, really? I've been doing it for 3 years now. A lot of traffic.
Is it
Thank
junior
you.
this year?
What?
Your
He's a
grandson's a
junior.
junior?
Wow.
He's a junior. And he'll tell you.
It truly is the Whittier family, but thank you for
It
that
is.
question.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, Ms. O'Hara.
Thank you, everyone. Good to see everybody.
Ms. Cosmo.
Great work.
Well, there's no report today, okay?
Mr. Chairman, did we talk about the admissions policy, or are we just gonna, we just look at it for later, or what
coming.
goes on there?
It's on the
It's
agenda.
on the agenda.
Thank
It's on
you.
the agenda. Okay, the annual agenda items for October will be a variance analysis, updated capital equipment purchase and replacement plan, which is a 5-year plan, and a review of vocational and technical programs. Okay. Subcommittee reports. Executive committee, we have not met,
Nope, we don't need to
and we
either.
don't need to. Instructional.
We have not met, we shall probably have a meeting later in the fall.
Yes.
Plant operations, Mr. Murphy.
We did meet last month. Mr. Hardy came in and gave us a rundown on what was going on, everything that was working and wasn't working, and the meeting minutes are in your packet. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any
Abstain.
concerns, questions? Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Salary negotiations, Mr. Early.
I don't think we need anything right this minute, do we?
We do not.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And policy, Mr. Erden.
Mr. Chairman, we met on August 8th, and in your packet, you have the minutes of August 8th. I have moved for approval.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
And in your packet this evening, we have the admission policy. Each year, the admission policy has to be reviewed, usually during the summertime to be ready for the fall. It's a matter of checking it, updating it, kind of smoothing it over where we need to. And it's in your packet, so I move that for approval this evening.
Second?
All in favor?
Question?
I just had a yeah, I had a question. Oh, somebody else?
Joanne?
Me? Okay, yeah, it was about, it said in section 4, admissions communication policies, it said, the Director of Guidance and Admission will be available to visit all middle schools from sending districts and meet with 7th grade students. Is that a change? Because my sons were in 8th grade when they had the meetings.
Well, they can come here, but we will go to the middle schools, and that's been an ongoing kind of thing that we've been able to do, if there's willingness of the middle school.
Oh, so this is in place of the
No.
interview?
No, this is not in place of the
different than-
tours or anything we do with the 8th
Okay,
graders.
this is in
This is just an
addition
addition.
to interviews
It's a
for
gift.
admission?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
But
All
this
right.
is what we've been doing for years. So
Yeah.
there's no really no change, it's just
Yeah, well,
changing
my
language.
sons didn't tell me you showed up in 7th grade, because they don't tell me anything, but I found,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
It just sort of prepares the 7th graders for what they can look, it prepares the
Yeah.
7th graders for
Yeah,
what.
no, I think it's great. I mean,
That's
I
great,
started
yeah.
preparing my kids in 5th grade, so, but yes, that's great. Good to know. Thank you.
Dick has a question?
Mr. Early, did you have a question?
No, almost.
No, okay. Any other questions? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
I do have, I don't have a question, but I want to thank the superintendent for all the hours and their staff for these meetings for this new school. I mean, it is quite a grind. I see it bouncing from one to another, one room to another. Pretty impressive.
Thank you, but I love it, so, and we just have to get that vote out January 20th. This is where I need your help, I need help so that we inform our communities of whether they vote for the building project or they do not vote for the building
We're
project.
gonna have the numbers next
There's-
month.
There's two curtains. Curtain A is a new building, curtain B is a must-do, building upgrade, which may very well cost more than a new building.
But we're gonna have the numbers for the communities next month.
We will have all the numbers, and I have a outreach plan, the month of October and November, where I will be visiting every local library. And if you don't have a library, I'm at a senior center, and trying to visit with all the city councils and all of our, finance and.
So you're gonna go to
Select
city
meetings.
council meetings too?
Yep.
Wow, that'd be pretty impressive.
Will
They
we
have
know
to.
what's behind B as far as cost?
Well,
What-
we already do, right? So when we chose to go forward with the new building, we looked at if we went with just a code upgrade, what that would look like, and that was more expensive.
Here's the
But that
number
was
right
even
there.
before we found out that our wastewater treatment plant is really getting beyond its useful life.
And do we have a cost for that? To replace that?
Yeah, they're working with me on that, so that I can explain like
Yeah.
what curtain A looks like and what curtain B looks like. I can tell you that curtain B, there's a lot of unknowns, because if you're in construction, right?
Yeah.
You start getting behind the walls.
Yeah.
You don't know what's
Yeah.
behind
You
there,
start
and
peeling
that can
back that
obviously
onion.
create more issues, but no matter what, we have to do something. We have to. This building cannot fail. So
And
I
if you
think
go
that's
to
the message.
Curtain B,
Mhm.
MSBCA doesn't play into that.
They
MSBA,
don't help you out.
right, there's no reimbursement for that.
Maureen, one thing, on the renovation, it takes twice as long as building a new school.
Yeah.
Right.
Not to mention
Twice as much money.
all the logistics that go into moving the kids. The kids have to get moved like, was it 26 times or something?
Right, and when you do that, stretch a project out, it gets more expensive.
Yes.
You know, there was a school, and I believe it's Amherst, in 2016, the town chose not to move forward with that building. They are now looking at that building, and it is 150% higher now than it was in 2016. This is something that we cannot kick down the road. Something has to be done now. So, you know, that's gonna be the message. We go out to the communities and we talk about it. And then we also, on January 13th, for those people on a Saturday that wanna actually see behind the building and see what we're talking about, we're gonna do a tour so they can see, you know, that what we're saying is true, right? So, you know, and I also think that when this building was built in 1973, think about what machine tech looked like versus what machine tech looks now, right? So the machining and the equipment, computers, that was all very different in 1973 versus now. And, you know, our maintenance department has done an amazing job making sure that this is a nice building for us. But at the end of the day, we have to have heat, we have to have plumbing. You know, there was a plumbing issue in the boys' locker room at our school building committee meeting the other day. You know, it's every day there's something that is having to be fixed, and it will just end up costing more money.
2 years ago, didn't these prices almost double in 2 years? When we started looking at these numbers 2 years ago, they've almost doubled, haven't they?
Well, construction
Yeah, construction
materials have
doubled, yeah.
doubled. I wouldn't say that our project has doubled.
No, the project hasn't, but
Yeah.
materials is a big part of the
Yeah,
project.
you know, when you look at steel, but even when we look at steel, you know, for our vocational areas, you know,
It's expensive.
the prices have gone up. You know, it's leveling off, that's what, you know, they're telling
They
me,
told us yesterday.
is that it is leveling off, but.
I remember, you're saying 50 years. This was built 2 years prior they started it. Actually,
Yeah.
it took them 2.5 years to build it. So
Yeah.
it's 53, 54 years old.
Yeah, yeah. So, it's just, this is really, it's important for our communities to understand, it's not just, you know, the children that are attending here, it's providing a workforce for our region. This is more than just, you know, a regular high school, we're providing a workforce for our region, and I think if anyone here, you know, had a plumber or electrician or a HVAC person come to their house and ask them where they went to school, they would say Whittier Tech. I would say 9 out of 10 times.
Both my sons are employed in this community.
Right, so, you know, it's providing a workforce for this region, and we all know right now, there is a desperate need
The only
for-
problem is they won't let us go bigger,
Yeah,
you know, for
well,
more kids, you know.
it would hurt some cities and towns, and we don't wanna do that either,
No.
so.
Yes,
Maureen, just a quick question, maybe early in the project, but if we were to build a new school, were we allowed to take some of the newer equipment there?
Oh, yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know if like restricted, you had to buy all new stuff or
No,
something.
no.
Okay, so anything worthwhile we can get over?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
great.
and again, we're not over designing the school, you know, some people, you know, we're really looking at it of, like, planning for the future, what does 50 years, I can't plan for the Jetsons, right? But, you know, even you think about electric cars, right? Electric cars, really, 3 years ago, you didn't hear much about, well, now that's, in the next 10 years, that's all you're gonna be hearing about. So, you know, planning for that for the new auto tech area, right, that we should have a lot more electric, car booths. So, you know, those are the kind of things that we're thinking about.
You know, being on that committee, and I've been to few meetings, you know, they're supposed to give us 64% money, not even close, not even close. And it's
Right.
hurting us too.
Yeah, MSBA's reimbursement is about $363 a square foot, which, if anyone's in building, knows that really doesn't get you very far, so.
and they don't separate out vocational technical schools, it's all schools.
Right, so everyone gets the same reimbursement rate if you're an
everyone gets the
elementary
same.
school versus a vocational school.
Yeah.
And one other thing,
But the state
and I brought it up yesterday, Maureen knows why. They don't want us to have school committee meetings. She has to find a room for us, she's gonna put aside for us. We don't have a room like this anymore.
Really?
Not part of it.
Well, you look at what is reimbursable by the
Yeah.
state, and a school committee room is not reimbursable.
No, it's not
by the
reimbursable.
state.
So we'll meet in the cafeteria.
We'll find you a great
Whatever.
spot.
Oh, they'll
Don't you
find it,
worry.
but that's how bad they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
money.
The
Well,
nickel
you know
dime.
what? No, they're not bad. We're
No.
very grateful for the
yeah.
millions of dollars they're gonna give us.
Cable's pretty good, aren't they?
In,
Really? Yes, sir.
I mean, the Smith Hughes Act, some of the federal programs, for new buildings, will they help out? On the federal level, they don't?
I mean,
laugh at us.
we have been reaching out to, Congresswoman Trahan and Congresswoman Moulton. So we're doing a lot of they came here early spring and went through on a tour. I'll say, you know, our state legislators have been fabulous, and are very supportive. You know, bottom line is, you know, times are tough, and we're looking to add, you know, to people's taxes, and nobody likes that.
So
But
the federal government has no program to help schools,
not that I'm aware
always
of.
through state.
It sounds good, but they don't.
Thank you.
I also want to welcome Michael Rossi
I was ready to ask you.
tonight. Michael is from Merrimack. He's also an educator for many years, beloved principal.
Beloved.
Beloved principal, yeah. All the kids,
By
we
you,
always
Mr.
hear about Mr. Rossi.
Whereabouts?
Where?
I was in Haverhill for about 20 years, and I've been in Billerica for 10.
You were with Scully.
Yeah.
It's a welcome
Good
addition.
man.
Yeah, it's great to have educators.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
No.
Can we, we'll reduce this as we can.
Couple more items.
Oh.
Oh, we have to take a vote for the alternate for the MASC conference.
I recommend Joanne for alternate.
Nobody else?
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
They don't seem to care.
Okay.
You're in.
Is that it?
You're in.
Okay.
And you just, stay well.
Can we call for adjournment?
Okay.
I think.
Adjournment? Can we call for-
Move to adjourn. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Durham. All
Lisa
opposed?
wants to get home.
These flavors, get out of here.
Okay, 45, not 30.
All right, now,